Build teams around dreams. You sell in a very complicated environment, don't you? A lot more decision makers around the table, say for a listing decision. You exist in a world where technology is making it more complicated, and creativity and innovation, whether it's a new approach or whether it's a clever new device, they are the breakthroughs that help you get the deal done, right? But I've learned something. Sales genius is a team sport. The lone inventor is a myth. Jobs didn't do it on his own. He had Woz for the Mac. He had Ive for the iPod. He had Fidel for the iPhone. Edison stands for 14 people if you talk to those in the invention community. Teams create ideas that change the trajectory of a sale, so build one. So I can remember the day that my sales life changed. It was fall 1997. Our new vice president of business services, Stan Woodward, was talking to us in the Crow's Nest, our makeshift conference room at AudioNet. Our founders, Mark Cuban and Todd Wagner, had brought Stan in to take us to the next level. He was very experienced at multi-million-dollar deals. He said, when you guys see an opportunity to build a lot of revenue and you get stuck, he said, grab somebody, grab anybody, don't go down alone. He said, no one gets credit for failing by themselves. He said, grab people, put together collective brain power, and make it rain. At that moment, two concepts collided in my head. Deal making, a very linear process, and brainstorming, a freewheeling creative process. And I remember leaning over to one of my coworkers and saying, cool beans, deal storming. And from that day on, I never went down alone. When I found opportunities, I would put teams together across department lines, and we closed 70% of the multi-million-dollar deals in front of us. I got the inspiration for this new book in a chance conversation with Pixar president Ed Catmull. I was backstage at a Disney event we were getting ready to speak at, and in my precious moments with him, I gushed like a fanboy about Toy Story. I don't know about you, but Toy Story is my favorite movie of all time. It's beautiful, first movie ever made in a computer, made me laugh, made me cry, made me spend $30 on the enhanced version. Storyline was great. I'm gushing to Ed. What a great concept. What a creative idea. What genius. And he looked at me with this churlish grin, and he said it was a problematic idea from the get-go. We had to shut the production down about 9 months into it. Too many problems. And then he looked at me, and he said something that inspired me deeply. He said, Tim, Toy Story was 1,000 problems solved. And I realized it's not that flash of genius that makes the world go round. It's the problem solvers who march relentlessly to a goal and a vision, and they are willing to pivot to the left and to the right to get there and cast Tom Hanks and Tim Allen if that's what it takes to get the Tims of the world to appear in the audience and pay $20. He taught me something about sales. Your next win, whether you're raising capital, whether you're trying to sell something, it's 100 problems solved. Miller Hyman Institute conducted research last year, and what they analyzed is what they call the world-class organization and services. The world-class organization outperforms their rivals by an average of 20% on a revenue basis. They close more opportunities, they win more RFPs. And MHI tried to find out what they all kind of have in common, like what's the one attribute that we can mirror, and they found the one thing, the only thing they all had in common is they had a habit of conscious collaboration across departments in pursuit of big opportunities. They had a very strong alignment between marketing and the sales or business development function. They worked together as a team. They saw marketing as a profit center, not a cost center. They had a culture of don't go down alone that was deeply ingrained in the company. And this is important to note. If you want to create that world-class organization that wins that new business, making those pursuit teams wildly successful, making you emerge as a leader in your company, beyond your title, you got to feed the culture. Culture is a conversation led by leaders, punctuated by action, and reinforced by storytelling about how we do things here and what succeeds. You build a culture by example. If you want to create a culture of collaboration at your firm, some of you told me last night you're trying to do that, you got to ask for it. You have to create opportunity teams, I call them deal storm teams, around really big opportunities. Invite a wide web of stakeholders and experts and win the deal and tell that story, and you will see it eventually catch on in your culture and make a huge difference in how you do business. You know, getting other people to join you in collaboration is the secret to success, not just if you're a small organization that needs to reach out to go wide, but when you're working with, say, a customer prospect that's got a really big committee and marketing is in the mix and finance is in the mix and there's a procurement group behind them. When you've got all of that business going on the other side, you need an inside champion. Corporate Executive Board calls them mobilizers. These are the people that marshal the resources to change business inside the company. The inside champion may give you information about the pain or the process of decision making. That's a good one. They may fight for you behind closed doors. That inside champion, they might seem like a skeptic. So let me talk to you a little bit about how to find that inside champion. That inside champion will usually debate you on the first meeting a little bit. Because the ones that have credibility, right? Because you don't want to get some talker, some lackey, just likes you. You want to get someone who can mobilize change inside an organization. They don't like ambiguity, so they really press you hard to be more soup to nuts with them, to be more apples to apples, to give them more data that they believe. Engage those people. Challenge those people. Mentor them in the process. Give them all the information they need so that they will never be embarrassed championing you. And that inside champion will be your greatest collaborator. The secret to going beyond and building a powerful individual brand is to multiply the value of every person you do business with. Sales genius is a team sport.